It was a quiet December morning in 1948 when a man's body was found slumped against a seawall on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. He was well dressed, with no identification, no wallet, and no signs of violence. But what made this case truly chilling? A tiny scrap of paper in his pocket with two words, "Tamam Shud." Translated from Persian, it means "it is ended." Was this a suicide note or a coded message from a Cold War spy? Welcome to Beyond the Curtains, where we unravel the world's greatest mysteries. Today, we dive into the enigma of the Somerton Man, a case that has baffled investigators for over 70 years. The man was found lying peacefully, his head resting against the seawall, as if he'd simply fallen asleep. But the autopsy revealed something far more sinister. He had no signs of struggle, no visible injuries, but his internal organs were filled with blood, a symptom of poisoning. And then there was the mystery of his identity. His clothes had all the labels removed, and his dental records matched no one in the country. Who was this man? And why did he die on a quiet Australian beach? Months later, a tiny scrap of paper was found hidden in a secret pocket sewn into the man's trousers. It read, "Tamam Shud," torn from a rare edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The book itself was later found in a car nearby, and inside it, a handwritten code. A series of letters that seemed random but hinted at something far more sinister. Was this a spy's cipher? A lover's farewell? Or something even darker? Cryptographers and amateur sleuths have tried to crack it for decades, but the code remains unsolved. In the late 1940s, the world was on the brink of the Cold War. Australia, like many nations, was a hotbed of espionage. Could the Somerton Man have been a spy? Some believe he was a Soviet operative poisoned by his own handlers to protect secrets. Others think he was an Australian agent caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse. The timing of his death, just as tensions between East and West were rising, adds weight to this theory. But if he was a spy, what was his mission? And who wanted him dead? Enter Jessica Thompson, a local nurse who claimed she didn't know the Somerton Man. But her actions told a different story. When shown a plaster cast of the man's face, she reacted with shock and refused to speak further. Years later, her daughter revealed that Jessica had kept a copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, the same book linked to the case. Was Jessica the key to solving this mystery? Or was she just another pawn in a larger game? And then there's the eerie phone call. Shortly after the man's death, a woman called the police claiming she knew his identity, but she hung up before revealing anything. Who was she? And why did she stay silent? For decades, the Somerton Man's identity remained a mystery, until modern science stepped in. In 2021, researchers exhumed his body to extract DNA. Using cutting-edge technology, they traced his lineage to a family in Victoria. But even this breakthrough raised more questions than answers. Why was he in Adelaide? What was his connection to Jessica Thompson? And why did he die with a coded message in his pocket? The case is far from closed. So, who was the Somerton Man? A spy silenced by his handlers? A heartbroken lover who took his own life? Or a criminal on the run, meeting a grim end? Each theory has its merits and its flaws. But one thing is certain: this case is a labyrinth of secrets, lies, and unanswered questions. And perhaps the most chilling possibility of all is that we may never know the truth. The Somerton Man remains one of the most baffling mysteries of the 20th century. A man with no name, no past, and no clear reason for his death. But as long as the code remains unsolved and the questions unanswered, this case will continue to haunt us. What do you think happened to the Somerton Man? Was he a spy, a lover, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more mysteries from beyond the curtains. Until next time, stay curious.